Amor to you all. It's a pleasure to be here. And I want to start out by giving you all my admiration because you are in a very tough institution, all right? This place proves your grit. And so I admire you for being here. Of course, I know you are all intelligent, but this place will show you what it means to be tough. Right. I also want to give my full, profound respect to Professor Martinez. He was my contracts professor, and I still do not know how I passed that class, but I learned a great deal. But I feel that Professor Martinez, you really hooked me up. I also want to give a special thanks to my family who are present here today. Especially my children, Margarita and Benny. I'm a proud father. I've got to do a little bit of bragging about them, all right? Not only are they excellent students, they're great human beings. I admire them very much. And also, they are champion wrestlers. Both my daughter and my son are East Bay Coastal League wrestling champions. And so, now I'll talk a little bit about my experiences here at Hastings. It was here that I learned, that I was gifted the knowledge of law and also the etiquette of power. I was very uncomfortable here, but that discomfort helped me grow and become the person that I am today. I learned to dig underneath ideas. And that has helped me not only understand text, but understand different realities, invisible realities. Hastings gifted me with pride and a practical, action-oriented education. And so let's give it up for Hastings, the institution. Because of those blessings, I have been able to wear many different hats. That of being an author, a professor, a community servant, a speaker, a leader, a father, but it's not only been about networking with different people, but networking within different or amongst different disciplines and realities. Tonight, I'm here because I have helped lead a movement here in the Bay Area, and actually it's gained some national and international acclaim regarding an unfortunate tragedy that occurred here in San Francisco regarding a young Latino man that I knew very well. His name was Alex Nieto, and he was killed by the San Francisco Police Department, shot at 59 times. And the day that I found out he was killed, I called up a good friend of mine who works for the law offices of John Burris, another Hastings grad, a Dante Pointer. And at 3:30 in the morning, we began organizing. Of course, because Dante is well versed in the criminal law field and the civil field as well, those were his duties and his tasks. I knew my duties and tasks were to help mobilize the community. And that is what I set out to do. unfortunately, I also have to report some other tragic news that happened just today. Some of you may have heard that another Latino gentleman today at approximately 10 a.m. was killed by the San Francisco Police Department. This is not just happening nationally, all right? Here in San Francisco, over the past 2 years, we have had 5 or more Latinos killed by the San Francisco Police Department, more than any other race or ethnicity. And unfortunately, it's been just a few blocks away from here in the Mission District, my barrio. Okay, and so once I found out about Alex Nieto through a grassroots street spirit, for the past 2 years, we have been fighting what we've known to be an uphill battle. Yet we have gained many tremendous victories. We have used writing, speaking, poetry, low riding, Aztec Mayan danzantes, law, art, film, news, videos, marches, and rallies. And we've combined all of this together for this movement. We have built, created leadership and community. In fact, as I stand here tonight speaking in front of you, I unfortunately had to miss an event, an unprecedented event that is happening in the Mission right now at Horace Mann Middle School. A few months ago, we, the Alex Nieto Coalition, joined with the African American community in an unprecedented coalition. We, right now, as we speak, are joined together, Latinos and African Americans from various walks of life, street people, homeboys and homegirls, teachers, lawyers, politicians, community leaders. And we are there right now building on this momentum that we've created in this 2-year time span. The law is more than the law. And that is the way it should be. I understand that many of you get stuck in your briefs or in the courtroom or litigating or negotiating and settling. I understand that that is part of the law as well. However, the law is more than that. I hope you all know that the gente are looking to you for leadership. And it's not just legal leadership. They're looking for a spiritual, for an intellectual, for a guidance that you have because you know secrets that unfortunately many cannot even begin to understand from our community. Now, I want to briefly update you about what have been some of the positive recent updates of this movement regarding Alex Nieto, and here in, especially here in the San Francisco Mission District. We had 1 year ago a rally at San Francisco City Hall that was at least 10,000 people in number. Now, interestingly enough, you will not find that in the mainstream media, that people just got together out of love and unity, 10,000 strong, and took over City Hall. Also, something else that I think is monumental because it transformed the news, a film that I wrote and directed called Low Rider Lawyers, putting a city on trial, right? We had this film premiere in the San Francisco Mission District and in other places as well, but we immediately, soon afterwards, had it released for free to the public. This film had homeboys and homegirls and lowriders. We were playing the parts of the attorneys, and we had cholos and cholas as the jury members in our trial. Yet, we were all articulating using legal diction. And I extracted that entire script from deposition testimony. And this happened before the actual trial took place. Because of that film, the mainstream media transformed their critique of the Alex Nieto case. Because before that point, they were pandering to the police narrative, which is very common. But because of that film, what happened is you had news organizations such as 48 Hills, ABC 7 News, and others, and then the momentum just started building, that started critiquing the police narratives. So much so that last month in March, The Guardian, an international newspaper, renowned writer Rebecca Solnit, seeing our movement and the way we were doing things in the Latino community, she wrote an article that was published, read by hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people worldwide, shared 40,000 times. The name of her article? Death by Gentrification. The killing that shamed San Francisco. And so this is success. This is success. Even though, unfortunately, the majority white jury decided for the police officers in the Alex Nieto case, we exposed integrated, tragic corruption and collusion amongst San Francisco forces. And please do not trust me for this. Google it. Research on your own. Because it was a full-blown trial, this is all on the record for posterity. And you will see it wasn't just the San Francisco Police Department. It was the San Francisco City Attorney, the San Francisco District Attorney, corporations such as Taser International, Precision Simulations Unlimited, and all of them, unfortunately, seem to have been involved in what can only be described as a cover-up of an unlawful killing. And if this were just a singular incident, then I could understand the criticism. But unfortunately, we have had too many of these here in San Francisco. Amilcar Perez Lopez, shot in the back 6 times when the police claimed that he had been rushing them, assaulting them. Mario Woods, an African American gentleman who was shot on video. And now we have this most recent event that happened today. And we'll be investigating more of it, but the most recent reports that I have read are there are various witnesses that claim that this person was doing nothing wrong. And in fact, there may have been a language barrier between the police and this person. And also, very interesting, I have firsthand information that a neutral witness who was watching from her window saw this. Because of course, the narrative, the police are going to try to discount the homeless people that saw the actual killing, right? But please Google all of this information on your own.